Sue. Welcome to the Lenormand Lovers STL, where you can learn how to read Lenormand cards for yourself. They are my favorite oracle card. They're very, very intuitive and incredibly accurate. So this series of videos is going to help you learn how to combine two cards together. And that is the beginning of learning how to read them, read the story that's in them. So you should have originally watched the first video, which is Spirit Vocabulary, where we go through each card and assign a one-word descriptor to the card that resonates for you. I have my own list. You're going to want yours. This series of videos, there should be 36 here, is where we're going to go through the cards and combine them together. We'll start with the Rider card and combine Rider with each of the other 35 cards, coming up with a two-word combination for that match. We'll do that for each of the 36 cards. So if you've already watched this video for another one of the cards, you can just skip in 6 minutes or so and start right in the middle, and it'll address the card that was written on the very front of the video. So all right, we're going to get started with our two card combinations. I'm going to share my screen with you. All righty, what are Lenormand cards? Lenormand cards are named after Mademoiselle Lenormand, a French professional fortune teller of considerable fame who lived during Napoleon's time. Mademoiselle Lenormand is considered to be the greatest cartomancer of all time, highly influential during the wave of French cartomancy that began during the 18th century. She didn't create the cards, but became famous for using them to read for her clients, as will you become famous when you learn how to read the cards. The 36 card deck is simple. It's illustrated with fairly concrete literal meanings and is known as Petite Lenormand. As with all fortune-telling vehicles, these are to be used for fun and as a form of entertainment and are not to rule our lives. We are all born with free will that we need to exercise when making daily decisions. So why Lenormand cards? They're very straightforward. Each symbol represents an object, a person, an idea, and it speaks directly to each one of us. We use our own personal symbol vocabulary or spirit vocabulary to tell the story that shows up in the cards. There are only 36 cards that are anchored in simplicity, making the foundation work to prepare to read the Lenormand cards very easy to grasp. And the deck size is usually small, like a deck of playing cards, and easy to handle. So the benefits of reading Lenormand. Working with the Lenormand cards will strengthen your connection to your intuition. Being so easy to read, Lenormand cards will strengthen your confidence in your reading skills very quickly. They can show you the direction you're heading in any situation, and it's up to you to stay this course or to make changes. The cards serve as a messenger from your higher consciousness. And these cards are eerily accurate and can give you a glimpse of your future, helping you to prepare and manage your life. So here are some resources. There are many different books out there in the marketplace that can help you on your journey to master reading Lenormand cards. And I have chosen to use the following. The book I use is The Essential Lenormand by Rana George. The tools don't get any better than what Rana has listed here in the book. Each card gets 2 to 3 pages of very specific information. There's lots of different card spreads, and it's a wealth of information. So this is the book that I recommend for you. Now the card decks that I use 2. In the videos, I'm going to be using the Dreaming Way Lenormand. I just love these cards. The artwork is amazing, very easy to grasp, very, very pretty. The other deck, well, actually the deck that I learned on is the Blue Owl deck. Very specific back. These are pretty straightforward as well. Like that's a bouquet. Here's an anchor. Very, very straightforward but you can use whatever deck speaks to you. These are always available on Amazon, but you can also check with a local bookstore if you want to support business in your neighborhood. So I studied under a very talented teacher for several years, building my reading skills, and this led to my reading for the public in 2017. Choose what speaks to you from these videos and from the books, and leave the rest. There are no real hard and fast rules. Some decks come with extra cards that reflect a different view of the card. For example, I have a deck where there's 2 men and 2 women. One's a young man, an older man, a young woman, an older woman. One of the decks I have has multiple birds in it. Might be owls versus crows. So pick the card that speaks to you and then leave the other one out. You don't need to have 2 men and 2 women. It'll start getting really, really confusing. Oh, the other resource I'm going to tell you about, so when we did the spirit vocabulary, you came up with your one word combinations for letters. Not combination, spirit vocabulary. I have put together a whole spirit vocabulary PDF that I am happy to let you download. But I'm telling you, these are my 2-word combinations. So they may not speak to you. You have to have your own. But if your words happen to line up with mine, then you can use it. So anyway, that's down below. You can download that. Alrighty. So there are some previous videos on here, moving through each of the 36 cards. Building your spirit vocabulary is the foundation for reading these cards. There are no set rules, and practice, practice, practice is the key to your experience. So the 2 card combinations, they're read in pairs, coming together to create a prediction that tells the story or answers the question that was asked. Now, learning these 2 cards is just the foundation. From there, we'll add a 3rd card. From there, we'll spring to 5 cards, then to 7 cards, then a 9-card block, then many, many other different layouts, and finally the grand tableau. So there's all kinds of ways to read these cards, but it all hinges on you being able to read, when this card comes up next to this card, this is what it means for me. So the symbols will flow together to give clarity about the past and give a glimpse of the future. Combining cards helps us blend the story of the cards, stringing the cards together to make a coherent statement. So we're going to start by looking at the first card as the subject of the 2-card reading, and the second card as a description that modifies it, or a noun as the first card and the adjective as the second card. So just as a refresher, noun identifies a class of people, places, or things, and the adjective is a word or phrase that describes the noun to modify it. Alrighty, so we're getting ready to start. Alrighty. Don't forget to download your handouts and print out the handout for this exercise. Check your settings before you print, because this is a large 36-page document and you might want to print it double-sided. You can pause the recording and do that now. And then there are links below the video for the Lenormand card combination blank PDF. You'll only need to print this once and you'll use it for each of the 36 videos. So how to use this handout. We're going to take one word that symbolizes the meaning of each card in the Lenormand deck that you came up with in the exercise of spirit vocabulary. You're going to put that into the printout next to the card it represents in the column marked 1. For example, if we start with writer, you'll list for writer what your word was. For me, it was messenger. So messenger goes in the column 1 all the way down. Then what we're going to do is marry up each of the other 35 cards. So we're going to take writer plus clover. We'll put in what clover means, so lucky, and then we combine them together. We have messenger and lucky. We have a lucky message coming our way. So this will give you your 2-word combinations for each of your cards. I'm going to stop sharing at this time and move on to a different handout. So we've done quite a few of these videos now on spirit vocabulary and two card combinations. So I just want to let you know we're going to start moving quicker through this. So in the previous videos, I've been typing in the two words as we go and then getting the blended meaning. Now I'm just going to insert the completed worksheet that has the two card meanings in it already. So we can go quicker because you know what? We want to move on so that you can learn how to do 3-card readings, 5-card readings, 7-card readings, portrait spreads, and finally the grand tableau. So I'm really excited that you're on this journey with me. So let's get started on the next one. In this video, we are going to be covering card number 21, which is the mountain. So the mountain can mean a lot of different things. For me, it's obstacles or delays. I mean, you can't just drive straight over the mountain. You usually have to wind your way around. It's a slower climb. It can also just plain mean winter. But generally in readings, when it comes up, I link it to there's something in the way that's slowing you down and holding you back. So let's get started. So rider is about news or a messenger or someone coming into your life. So I have these two blended together as news of a delay. Clover, which is all about luck, and mountains being about delayed, I put them together as luck is delayed. Could be obstacles in your path holding you back, can be anything along that line. Now the ship is about travel, and mountains about delay. So trips cancel, flight cancel, travel delays. The home, the house is about your family or your foundation or your home. So I put, just is what it is, a cabin in the mountains. How cool is that? Or delays at home, maybe some obstacles at home. The tree is about health. So, and adding that with delays and obstacles, we have health problems, or we could have a lingering illness. Clouds is about confusion and uncertainty, not being able to see clearly. So put that with the mountain, two negatives together there. We've just got confusion and delays and you don't know what's going on. The snake is about danger and betrayal. So I have dangerous obstacles, but again, the snake could simply be the shape. So it could mean in order for you to get over the obstacles that are in your way, you're going to have to take one of these routes a little bit longer. So it doesn't necessarily have to be dangerous. The coffin is about endings. So it's kind of reversed here. So the endings of the delays, that's what I wrote, obstacles end. It could also be, depending on just the other cards around it, just time to mark this off your list and move on to something else. It's not going to be working for you. So the bouquet is a gift. It's the most positive card in the deck. So I did it is what it is kind of reading. So it's a mountain meadow with the garden and the mountain, or that the obstacles are your gifts. It's a gift for you to slow down and look at what's going around you and making sure you're making good choices. So it's going to slow you down. The scythe is sudden, sharp, fast. So I said sudden delays. The whip is about arguments or something being repeated. And with the delays, I put down you can't get past the arguments. It could also be that the delays are causing the arguments. Now the next card is the birds, and that's talking or gossip. So gossip is definitely a setback, but you could have like discussion about the obstacles and coming up with a plan to move past it. The next card is the child, and that's about new or small. So I put obstinate toddler, but this could also be small delays, not something that like the endings be really big. Now the next card is the fox, which is about being sneaky or manipulative, or it could even be about your job. So I had unemployment, but it could also be that maybe the way you're going about something is holding you back, with maybe doing something less than above board. The bear is about diet, finance, or business. So I said with the diet, it could be a plateau. It could be your business on hold. It could be a check that's been put on hold to wait for it to clear. Stars are about wishes and dreams, or just plain old-fashioned nighttime. So I said lack of motivation or dreams are blocked. So there's obstacles. Sometimes when we have obstacles and delays to when we really want something, we can lose our motivation. 17 is the stork, which is about transition and change. I wrote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So through these obstacles and delays, you can expect transition. The dog is about a loyal friend. And so obstacles and delays to a loyal friend, this could be, you're trying to make new friends and you're having a hard time finding the friends, or it could be a friend that they themselves are struggling with some obstacles. The tower is about multi-level corporations. It's about isolation. So I put a ski resort, number one. So we're up in the mountains and it's a multi-level organization, but also work delays could be something along that, or also, isolation holding you back from where you want to be. So the garden is about a gathering, social group, networking. So here's this social group getting together and they have obstacles and delays. So I had the meeting starts late. Crossroads is about choices and options. So I put at the crossroads, it's time to choose. You got to figure out which way you want to go and get this thing moving again. No more delays. Or actually trying to choose is what's causing you to be delayed. Mice is about loss and stress and things that are diminished. So diminishing delay. So I said problems end. But this could also be being stressed out over the obstacles and delays. The next is the heart, which is about love. So love and obstacles. So I put, lonely, maybe you haven't found love, but I also put relationship struggles. Then we move on to the ring, which is the commitment and obstacles. I put lonely relationship and duty. This could be obstacles to getting your contracts, put through. Having to pay duty on something which slows you down. You can be held up in court, not court, at the dock, the port. Number 26 is secret knowledge. It's the book. So it's also about school. So it could be your book has not come out yet, that you are waiting for it to be published. This could be delays or a hard subject to learn at school. 27 is the letter, which is written communication. So I wrote delayed news, or maybe no response. Maybe you're waiting to hear back from a text message that you sent. Now the man. So the man with obstacles and delays, but also mountain. So I put big man, but it could be a guy dragging his feet. And then a woman, could be a woman dragging her feet, could be a big woman, but I said cold woman with it being a mountain, just trying to mix it up a bit. The next one is lilies, which is about maturity and tranquility. So I put immature, so maturity that is delayed, and which translates into a failure to launch as a teenager into adulthood. The sun is about happiness and success. So I put success finally occurs. So happiness, the delays are over. The moon is about emotions and psychic visions, or, just maybe nighttime. So I put that it's emotional. It's an emotional journey because there's so many obstacles and delays in the path. The key is all about the solutions. So obstacles are overcome. You figured it out. The fish is about abundance or resources. So I wrote financial issues and delays. So maybe your mortgage is being held up, or something else that you want to do financially. or you need resources and you can't seem to find them. You're struggling over that. Anchor is all about security. So security with delays is security is being threatened. And the cross is about burdens. So I put depression over the situation. So again, that's just my spirit vocabulary. So I would like for you to go on and complete the rest of the cards on your own, because you need to put in your spirit vocabulary. But if you want my spirit vocabulary, it's in the information down below. There's a link where you can get that. But it really will help you to be the best you can be by working out your own spirit vocabulary for every card. So going forward, we're going to do some more videos, 3-card spreads, 5-card spreads, 7-card spreads, the portrait spread, and eventually the grand tableau. In the meantime, if you have any questions, drop me an email at sue@piedpiperpurpose.com. I won't analyze your reading, but I'll help you if you're stuck. In the meantime, I'm so proud of you that you're doing this. You will not regret spending the time to build your foundation with reading Lenormand cards. All right, until next time, see you then.